Hey JR, I need your advice on how to move forward in dating considering my circumstance. I will supplement this with my backstory. I met the love of my life when I was 19 in college. I was working at the mall and he approached and pursued me. This gentleman was everything most girls would ask for. He was handsome, a former college basketball player, and now works in tech making over $200,000 a year. I loved this man and we dated my entire college career. Fast forward to graduation approaching, in my heart I deeply desired for him to ask me to finally move in. This man had multiple homes as he often traveled for work, but despite all my hints, he never did. I was not brave enough to outright ask him. Thus, post-graduation, I packed my bags and moved 5 hours home to my mother's house. We were still dating, but I felt isolated from him. I felt betrayed and disappointed that almost 4 years together, I had nothing to show for it except a few designer things and memories. I loved him, JR, truly, and even though we were far away, I still did my duties in supporting him and sending him nude pictures. Every time I went to visit, we would meet in hotels or spend a few nights together. And doing all of that, he never offered marriage once. I fell on hard times and a friend of mine knew a friend that wanted to get married for papers. She asked me, and so I agreed. Looking back, I know why I did, but at the time we were broken up. I married this new man, but things went a bit too far and I fell pregnant. I carried our son and loved him to death, but me and his father just couldn't make it work out. So I went back to my first love. He took me back, but the relationship never felt the same. Now he makes promises and doesn't keep them, and we are nowhere closer to the altar than before. I often ask him if he is upset, but he always assures me that he loves my son and me, even though he is in another state. I love this man and he has captured my entire youth. I'm in my late 30s and he's in his 50s. It's time we both settle down. What I'm asking is, how can I convince this man to marry me? Or is there no hope and he just strung me along and wasted my youth knowing he wouldn't marry me? Yeah, this definitely sounds like a case of Buddy stringing you along. He met you when you were 19 and I'm assuming he was in his early to mid 30s, something like that. And he was dating you all this time, showing you a good time. And hey, it's just a case of younger women being enamored by older men, and older men sometimes just taking advantage of the situation, knowing that he's already lived life, especially if he's in his early 30s. He's already been it. He's already been there, done that. And he's got this pretty young thing in college. He doesn't have to invest much. He's already established. He's already accrued assets. So why would he do that when he's just like, I can deal with this chick, she's far away? Or even after these 4 years, I had my fun. I'm dealing with other women. She may not know about it because she thinks that she's the only one. Why am I going to marry her? It's over and done with. I've been living a Playboy lifestyle up to this point, and 30s, he's already amassed all of this. He's not deciding to get married. Then you're just not the one. For him to let you go, obviously you're not the one. For him to let you move back and not invite you to move in with him, you're not the one. It doesn't take that long. That's 4 years. You graduated and then he sent your ass packing. He was maybe clapping the cheeks here and there. But ladies, this is why it's important for you to have a mentor or a father figure in your life to be able to point these things out, even though a lot of times women just don't listen. You can tell a woman all day, hey, if you're serious and you're intentional, and even at 19, I understand you may not know what you want, but eventually it sounded like you knew what you want, but you were scared to tell him. Look what happened. So you went back. Obviously, this guy didn't want you. And then somebody offered a proposal to get their papers to become legal. And in the midst of that, you actually married this guy and had a baby, even though you were still in love with this other guy. This proves another point that you ladies, you will get with another guy or you'll submit to a situation just because another man wants to marry you, even though your heart belongs to someone else. You want to be with someone else. But you will sit there, lay down and have a child with this man and he's not taking you seriously because he doesn't really love you. He's just looking at getting some papers. The fact that this man is in his 50s, he's dealing with you and he's accepting your son, but he lives in a whole other state, that's still not a relationship because he still hasn't moved you in. You feel me? I know a lot of times it's hard to get over someone, but the fact that you had a child by another man, you still have an attachment to this guy who would be deemed your first love, and he's not making any issues. I'm assuming right now as a woman, you just don't want to rock the boat. You don't want to upset him. You're just glad that he took you back with a child. But hey, unless you make it obvious, hey, I want to get married. Will you marry me? And a lot of you ladies are like, I'm not about to ask a man, will he marry me? Baby, you might not ever get married. Have you had the conversation? Women, you should not be afraid, especially after a certain amount of time, 6 months or so, to bring that up of your intentions. A lot of you will get strung along for years, 20, 30 years, knowing that this is what you want. And as long as the man is like, I don't have to do that, then that's cool. Some of you ladies just think that you just want to have that commitment. That's why you want to get married. Obviously, this man doesn't want to get married to you because he would have brought it up. It's your idea for the marriage, but if you haven't told him and he has no desire, then hey, you got your answer right there. How do you get him to marry you? Discuss it. Ask him, hey, when are we going to get married? I'm in my late 30s. What's up? And if his answer is, I don't want to get married, there you have it. You just have to move on with life. You ladies are always blaming it on the man, as we always see in a lot of these videos. He stole my youth. What about the fact that you stayed with this guy during a lot of your prime years? You were already married. You got married. You had a child. Whose fault is that? You chose to be with this man. Hey, I don't know, man. Y'all ladies, just be accountable for what it is that's going on. This man just doesn't want to marry you. Bottom line, point blank, in the story. We just have to be realistic about it. What you should have done early on was made your intentions clear. You fell on hard times. This man paid you to get married. You should have made your intentions clear when you were with this guy. But you were just, I understand you were young. Your nostrils were wide open. You were all into this guy, and you didn't get to take any part of that other than getting your cheeks clapped. You should have took those years to really find a man or figure out what was going on. Now you're in your late 30s, back with the same man with another child. I don't know. Ladies, use this as a point of reference of what happens. Leverage your beauty early on to a man that is suitable. Don't just let a man waste your time, and before you know it, you're up in your 30s with 2, 3, 4 kids and you're looking for a husband. I don't know. Anyway, let me know what you think. Comment below. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit me up on Linktree to book a one-on-one with yours truly. Purchase all my books, merch, t-shirts. It helps to support the channel. Follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok. With that being said, much blessings and abundance. Stick around for the next video that's going to pop up below, and that's where I'm going to see you guys at. This is your favorite everything. This is Wisdom. I'm out of here. Peace.
It's God's beat maker.
And I don't know. I will put a light in the sky for the G's that done turn memory from go. Blessings we send to the ghetto youth them.
Yeah.
50 Cent.
50. Part 2.
Bring it back.
Yeah.
Can't forget Tony.
50.
UK.
Yeah.
Can't forget Tony.
50.
UK.